Hey Jordan, how's it going?
Good, bro. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem, bro. It's a pleasure.
So, like, how do we know each other? I'm gonna start off with that. How do we know each other?
Um, I don't know. How old are we? Maybe like 7, 8 almost. We're both on Brampton Youth, and I don't know. I think you went somewhere else, went to Woodbridge, and you came
Woodbridge.
back, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I played against you for the rest of like the youth career. Yeah, so I've known you for I don't know, 10 years more than that.
for
It's
yeah,
crazy.
a couple of years now. We've always, ran across each other, um,
Yeah, yeah.
outside of soccer as well. But now
hmm
you're doing big things. You're on York United. How does it feel?
It's good, bro. It's different for me because I was used to like being on one team like my whole life. Like I was at TFC since like 13. But like it's good. Like I'm excited to start with the new guys and start playing again because it's been like frustrating not being able to play for a while because like COVID and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. It's good.
Yeah. So, okay, can you, please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah. So Jordan Faria. I'm from Brampton, Ontario. I'm a player for York United. I just recently signed here about maybe like a month and a half ago. Um, I came from Toronto FC two. I was there with the second team for about 3 years on a contract, and then it ran out. I decided to join York United. I also was with TFC as a youth player since I was U14, U13, U14. Went through the ranks. Then I started my career obviously at Brampton Youth. But yeah, was part of like the national program for a bit as well when I was like 17, 18. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting for me.
Nice. And mention the nationality. Who were you representing?
So I'm Canadian born, but I also hold like a Portuguese passport as well because my dad's Portuguese.
Nice. So, where are you right now?
I'm in Winnipeg in the CPL bubble. Because of COVID restrictions, we can't come back. We can't play like in our local cities right now. So we're in here for about it's 5 weeks in total because we were here for a week to like prep for the first game. We have 8 games in 4 weeks, which is like a lot.
Hmm.
But it's a 28 game season, so it's kind of like you got to manage like these 8 games, get like good results, and then after the 24th of July, we get to come home, and like there's rumors we'll be able to play in our stadiums and might actually have fans, so it's pretty exciting. So
Nice. Things seem like they're kind of going back to normal a little bit.
yeah,
You're playing in the Canadian Premier League. All games are being televised. Is this going to be your first time being on TV, playing on TV, or have you played on TV
no,
before?
no, I've been on like USL Championship. It's always on ESPN Plus. Obviously, not a lot of like TVs have it, but some places in the states will have it. Um, so yeah, I guess technically it'd be one of the first on TV. But yeah.
Nice. All right, so let's start off with like uh, six fun questions just to break the ice, even though we already know each other for a long period of time. What's your favorite team? Like, who's your favorite team?
My club team currently.
Yeah, who you repping, man?
Mm, to be honest, like as bad as it sounds, I don't have like my one team that I rep, but who I'm gonna sit down and enjoy and like kind of cheer for, I guess, would be like City.
I say, what about
Yeah, of
favorite player?
course Ronaldo. Every time,
Oh, this guy.
every time, bro.
Big Ronaldo fan, man. You're Portuguese too. I get it. I get it.
Yes,
Are you
bro.
mixed?
This guy's been,
Are you just full
huh?
Portuguese?
No, my mom's actually German.
Okay, German. So half German.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. I
yeah.
forgot. I forgot about you and Ronaldo, man. I forgot about that.
Nah, don't even get me started. The guy's the best,
I won't. I won't.
man.
I won't say anything. My last question is actually who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? But that's obvious answer, Ronaldo. All
like
right.
like we can talk about this all day, obviously, but my like talent wise and stuff, we can get into it. But I'm saying as a player for like his country and like as a club, like the records he does, like it's just different. Like Messi doesn't do that in that sense. Like playing in all these leagues, top goal scorer in all these leagues, like the things he does for the national team as well. Like obviously this Euro was unfortunate, but like all the other times, like the type of person he is as leader, like I'll take him. Like if I was a coach, put it this way, and I had to pick one of the other to be on my team, I'd pick Ronaldo because Ronaldo gets results.
For sure. I agree with you. What about um
So
what about your favorite pair of cleats?
Cleats, the Vapors for sure.
Uh,
Nike Mercurial Vapors.
Did you stick through that, throughout your playing career, or have you switched between like Adidas, Pumas?
So I always wore Vapors even when I was younger, like at Brampton, and then a couple of times I tried Hypervenoms. I wore those for a while, and then they started switching like the type of shoe it was, and I didn't like one of the newer ones, so I didn't. I had to wear I had to wear Adidas for one tournament for TFC. It was like an Adidas sponsored tournament,
Yeah.
and I hated them, so I like had to black out like my Nike Vapors because it just like I don't know, it was like weird on my foot. I think it's like a mental thing too, like when I'm wearing Vapors, like I feel myself, you know.
True. And they're very light too, speed.
Yeah, no, and they're comfy. Yeah, no.
What's your most memorable soccer moment? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you that?
Probably score my first pro goal. I think
Yeah. How did it feel? Like going back in
it
time?
was good. Like I was 17 and I wasn't signed or anything, and I went to Dallas Cup and I had a good tournament, and the coach for the TFC2 that came up to me and said he was happy with like my performances. He wants to like bring me with the team. So I traveled with them for one game and I came on just for like 5 minutes. And the next game I traveled again and it was like the 70th minute and he just called my name and I was like, wow, I was actually surprised that I was gonna go in. And it was against Charlotte Independence. So it's like a big team, like they're a decent team, like a lot of fans. So I went and then I did well and then guy had the ball fullback, crossed it, and fullback on my side was like sleeping. He was waiting like to header it, so I just snuck behind him and kind of just tapped it in. It was sick. Like I didn't even expect to come on that game, and then I came on and I scored, so it was pretty sick. And then I did well and stuff. I think maybe two games after I played, and then after they offered me a contract, so the goal definitely helped.
Nice. And what was your celebration? What'd you do?
We were down, I think like 2-0 or 3-0, so I just grabbed the ball
Just
and
get
just
back.
went to half. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to sell you. Like it wasn't obviously it's a memorable moment individually, but like that's not important. Like it's for the team. Like the goal is good for the team, not just for myself. So like I scored and like it's just about okay, we gotta go score again.
Got it. Nice, nice. That's a strong mentality. And then this opportunity that came, you took advantage. You scored a goal. You helped the team, and then that led into you signing your professional contract with TFC2, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, did you always know that you wanted to play with for TFC once you were in that environment, growing up in the academy of TFC?
Yeah, like obviously like it's always a goal. Like when you're there and stuff, like playing for your city and stuff. Um at that moment though I feel like when you're young like that, like you always like dream about going like overseas and stuff like that. But also it's just like you just want to be a pro. Like you grow up, be like, I want to be a pro, I want to be a pro. So whatever's gonna get you there is gonna get you there. So like at that moment, I was like, I really want to be a player for TFC. You know, I was like, I'm homeboy, like homegrown. So I was actually really excited. I wanted to sign with them, and then I did, and it was like really important for my development.
Yeah. Let's tap in more into it. How long were you there for in just in TFC overall? How long were you there for? How many?
I think I went there. I think I was on there on trial when I was in grade 7. So I don't even know how old I was. Probably like I don't even know how old. Probably like 13 maybe. And then I made the team when I
Grade
was in grade
seven?
8.
You said grade 7. You went for trials.
Yeah. And then at the end of grade 7, I made the team. So I don't know. I'm not good with math. I don't know how old I am
Bro,
there, but
like 12, 11.
12, 13, yeah. Because when I was there, I'm pretty sure our first tournament, I believe it was U13. So I'd be 12 turning 13. So I was there, yeah. And then was through the academy until I was in grade 12. So I was 17 and then I signed with TFC2. I was there for 3 years and then now I'm here. So yeah, I was there for a while.
So, with how was
So
your
about 7 years.
yeah? It's a long time. Being in that professional environment for 7 years, right?
Mhm.
Would you say it helped you a lot, or was it
Yeah,
just
for sure.
yeah?
For sure. Like I had to grow up fast. Like Like I was 17, I had guys on my team that are like 30. Like one guy, he played pro like in Portugal and stuff. This guy was 30 years old, had kids and stuff, and I was just a kid. Like, and you see like their habits and stuff, and like you got to grow up fast. Like I remember I was in grade 7 and we went to France, and I didn't even travel like that. I've never been to Europe in my life. Like never been on a plane ride that long. And I was away from my family for like 2 weeks, and like the team I was with was pretty new. I didn't really know the guys too much, and like I remember being like homesick, and like I was kind of like in shock with that sense. You didn't realize like how like hard it was being so young, you know. But like getting early pro games at like 18, 19 is very important because like now I'm not experienced, but I'm more experienced in the sense that I've played against like played some decent pro minutes. You know, like I remember we played against FC Cincinnati with like 30,000 fans, and like I couldn't even hear my goalie speaking to me on a corner kick, and I've never experienced that before. And like I'm proud to say like I did. So like when I'm playing like CPL games, like I understand like kind of like the mentality and like how it is, because like there's gonna be fans, there's gonna be like guys older than me, more physical, and like you just gotta be able to deal with it. And my experience with TFC2 helped me like kind of like understand it more and be comfortable with it.
Yeah. And when you say 30,000 fans, you couldn't hear your goalkeeper. What's going through your mind with 30,000 fans in the
It
street?
was 30 or 25, bro, something like that. Maybe like 22 to 30. It was whatever the stadium held. It was pretty packed. But yeah, like I came on at halftime,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how loud it was because I was on the other side. And there was a wide free kick, and I was the one guy in the wall, and my keeper's screaming left, and I'm like, I'm not hearing nothing. Like not the guy thought I was like like tuned out, but I was like, bro, I can't hear you. Like I couldn't hear him, and like guys are like chirping me on the side. Like that's just how it is. Like especially when you're like a nobody, guys will be like, "Oh, you come off the bench because you suck. Like you can't even start for your team. Like you guys are in last place." Like there's all that stuff, but it
How did
doesn't
you
really
deal with
bother
it?
me.
How did you deal with it? Like, what goes
I
on in
just don't.
when you hear that type, when you hear those type of.
Uh, I don't know. Like I feel like these guys don't know nothing. Like they're just here to cheer on their team. Like just chat in my ear. Like it doesn't really bother me. I feel like on like a bigger stage too. Like when things are more serious. Obviously, it's serious. But like when you're playing like big cup finals and stuff, I can tell like if things aren't going your way, how like that could also like irritate you a bit more. But there, I was just a young kid, just trying to make a difference. Like I was coming off the bench, so I just wanted to be like show we were already losing, I think 2-1. So I just wanted to go in there and put in a spark. So I didn't really care about them like talking smack to me.
Yeah. I want to tap back into what you were saying about growing up fast. When you were growing up fast, and then you were still going to school, right? You were still in an environment where people were still young, with a young mentality, not experiencing what you were experiencing. How did you deal? Like it was like you're living two completely different lifestyles, right?
Yeah, like
So
yeah, it was hard. Like especially in like high school and stuff. Like guys would want to hang out after school, or like go to like parties, or like guys just hanging out. Like I couldn't even do that sometimes. Like after school stuff, like it got really bad when I was playing with TFC2 because we trained at 3 o'clock at Downsview, and my school ended at 3:15. So to me to get to Downsview at the time, I gotta leave at like 1:30 to get there a decent time. So last period, I missed every day, and I didn't have a spare. So like I had a lot of teachers around me and stuff that like helped me out. And like there's a couple of them, like if I didn't have them like on my back, I wouldn't have graduated, because the principal was trying to like kick me out because my absences were so bad. So I was skipping every day. I attended my last period class probably under 10 times.
wait, this is pretty interesting. So like I could understand that your teachers understood the situation, and obviously it wasn't like you were doing foolishness. This was something positive that you were doing for your life and your career, right? And then
Yeah, but
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, so your teachers understood you, but the principal didn't understand or didn't agree with what was going on. Therefore, he wanted to kick you out. But what happened there? Did your parents have a conversation with the principal? Did you like how was that figured out?
It wasn't in a sense of like they were like threatened to kicking me out,
Yeah,
or like they wanted to. It was more of like they had to have a conversation with me and like understand, because at that time they didn't know.
got it.
So they just saw my attendance record and they're like, "Who is this guy?" Like they don't know who I am because like there's so many kids, you know. He
Yeah.
just probably thought I was just some hooligan, you know, like uh, some guy just skipping every day, just not like screwing off school. That wasn't the case. So like I had to speak to them like a guidance counselor and tell them like the situation. And then once they found out, my principal was like, "Oh, I understand." But before, like I was getting in like calls down to the office all the time because I wasn't there at school.
Got it. Yeah.
And like there'd be days too, like I was so tired. Like I go to training after school, and then by the time I get home in traffic and stuff, it'd be like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I would be dead, and
Yeah.
then I'd have 4 courses to study for or do homework. So like I was exhausted, and like I'd wake up in the morning. And there'd be days like I remember grade 12, like I wouldn't even set my alarm. Like I was like I'm just sleeping, and then my mom would come open my door and try and wake me up. And there'd be days I'd be like I can't, like I actually can't get out of bed, and then she'll just let me. I'll stay at home. And then I told my teacher the next day and be like, I would just be exhausted. Like days we do fitness, like preseason or beep test, I go home and I have to study. I'm going to at 12, 1 o'clock. I got to be up at 7 for school and then do it again. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
So yeah, like high school was pretty tough for me.
And for the viewers, you're driving all the way from Brampton all the way to where?
Downsview Park.
And how far is that from Brampton?
So on a day with zero traffic, it's 30 minutes. But when you're going there at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's like about an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And like it was tough because like none of us had cards or anything. So it was me, Kaysen, Afram, and Luke.
Mm.
You know them obviously, but we all lived in Brampton, all in like different schools. So we would try and get like the car from one of our parents. So every day we'd be like, okay, so we'd be like, okay, I got the car today. Or I'd be like, okay, I took my mom's car. So
Yeah.
we would just try and meet and pick everybody up, and then like Afram would have the car a lot as well, and we would all meet up, like skip to try and go to training. And like it got to a point where no one wanted to drive because we wanted to sleep on the way there.
Mm.
So there would be like not beef, but like guys joking around, like I'm not driving today because like
Yeah.
we were, bro, like we were in our uniform from 7 a.m. to like 8 o'clock at night because we'd be in our uniform. We'd go to training and we'd have to put it back on because if we would forget like clothes or something. And then we would go home. We would be sleeping on the way to practice, on the way home from practice, and then we would wake up the next morning and text in the group chat like, "Yo, okay, let's meet at thing." And everybody was at home sleeping in because we were all buzzed. But
Mm.
yeah, no, it's fun like to think about it from now, but at the time it's pretty annoying like having to deal with school and then going to soccer and driving all the way there, trying to find a car. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Definitely. Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say you definitely got to respect the hustle. It paid off. Shout
Yeah,
out to those guys. Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Shout out to those guys.
No, for real. I know you're probably still close with
Yeah,
Afro
I'm close.
and Luke. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Nice,
Yeah, like those guys, like I've known them for like so long, and I still talk to them all the time. Like I see them all the time too. So yeah,
nice, nice. And those are all Brampton guys, right? All
all
Brampton.
Brampton guys, all Brampton guys.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I went to school. I went to school with Afram and Sebi, St. Thomas Aquinas.
I see. Yeah,
Sure, for sure. Me and Casey we used to go to the gym here and there. I never.
yeah,
Me and Luke. Me and Luke never really talked like that. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah,
everyone's doing their thing. Shout out to everyone. Keep doing you.
yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Number 5. This is the last one because I'm not gonna ask you who's better, Messi or Ronaldo. I'm not asking. I'm not asking you.
Nah, don't ask me that.
So, did you ever play soccer in the house when you were a kid?
Oh, but it was bad always. So I remember once I had like a foosball table, like my dad's,
Mhm.
and I had like these like the stands, and I had like a little net. So like guys would come over, especially like Luke. We would come over and we'd do like penalty shootouts. So guy would be in net and we just smack the ball. And we would like throw it off the wall, do half volleys and stuff. Like we would be like just making up all these games. I remember there's been so many times. Like I'd be by myself hitting it off the wall and it would hit something and I would just see like one of my mom's pictures. Like it would be in slow motion falling down. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it would hit the floor, crack. My mom would be, Jordan, screaming at me. I'm like, oh no. And then she'd take my ball. and then after I'd get it back. But I've broken a lot of things in the house when I was younger. There's one vase my mom had. I broke it, cracked it all glass. Oh, I got in so much trouble with that. Even my dad paged me. My dad usually allowed me because it was my mom's stuff, but this one was bad, so I had to chill for like a week.
I mean, yo, playing soccer in the house is always fun. Always. All right, so
It's
Jordan,
fun, but like, yeah,
I mean, it's good times, good memories.
yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah. So we don't really need to tap back in, like go back in time because we've, house league, we tapped into that. So wait, did we play house league with you? We played house league with each other.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we played with you too. I forget what team you were on. I was on a team with Gage and
Lou,
Vespi. Remember Chris Vespi?
Chris, Lou,
Gage.
you. Yeah. We played house league together, and then indoors.
Oh, we were on one team. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I won one indoor season. I think it was. We were all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sonny or maybe he was on our team too. I'm not too sure. But I remember you and Luke were on that team for sure. I think McGlash and Brandon was on that team too.
Yeah, Brandon McGlash. Holy.
Brandon was on that team too. I remember.
Where do you originate from? What passports do you hold?
So Canadian Portuguese.
Do you
I hold both of them.
hold both?
Yeah.
And did you ever think about playing like in Portugal?
Yeah, like there's a couple of instances like before COVID and stuff. I was gonna actually go there for like a couple training stuff. I was speaking to a couple of teams there as well. This the winter, the summer, I think COVID hit when I was like out of contract. I was gonna go over there to a couple teams, but then it was really hard with like COVID and stuff because like all these teams and like countries they want foreigners coming in. So it's like it's really difficult for a lot of guys. Again, it wasn't just me. Like I can name you like a lot of guys I know that had troubles just because they had chances to go over there, but they couldn't just because of COVID. Even going to the States was hard.
Yeah.
Trying to get like a team in the States was hard because of COVID. So it was bad timing. But yeah, for sure, like that's the goal. Obviously, like going somewhere where you do you're playing in a good league, making a good living, and just being like a good pro.
Exactly. There was something I was going to ask you. When you got out of contract, did you know that was going to happen? Or
No, so basically, it was that the when that happened it was probably one of the hardest times like in my life, probably one of them, because last year I was still under contract. It was my option year, and we got kicked out of the league because of COVID. We couldn't travel. We were the only Canadian team, so they didn't let us travel over the border. So we just trained. So I was trying to look for a loan. Things didn't pan out, so it was tough. So I basically didn't play for a whole year. I just trained. So on my resume on Transfer Market, clubs see that I have 0 minutes. They don't know like the situation, right? Clubs see my minutes and they say I haven't played in 2020, right? So I didn't think that it would be like tough for me, like trying to like get somewhere, just because like I was coming from TFC. I had a decent amount of pro minutes and stuff, and then when December came, my contract was out. So December is always chill, like it's your off season or whatever. Really tough because I couldn't even train because of COVID. I had to go to like my boy had to like train me at like 6 a.m. in his garage and stuff, bro. It was actually so hard. It was really hard. So like signing with York was like I was really thankful for it because I knew what it was like not having a team, and like people don't realize how hard it is mentally on that, bro. It's hard, man.
right, I've been living that shit for a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Like getting out of it it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's bro. It definitely tested me mentally because I didn't expect that to happen. I thought and like even like my agents push for a lot of teams, and it was just like it's tough, bro. Especially COVID doesn't help. Like if COVID wasn't a thing, maybe the situation would have been different for me. Would have been maybe easier. But bro, it was so hard, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, congratulations. Congratulations with
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Turkey United,
Yeah,
for sure. So that's exciting, man. You don't have that's in the past. Darn, you did what you needed to do, and now
yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. All right. So this is a new question. This is the second time I'm asking this. Why do you play soccer, Jordan?
Why do I play soccer?
Yeah.
Because I love it, obviously. Like I always loved it. I think it like needs to be in my life for sure. Like without it is like hard. Like I don't know. I think about it 24/7. Like I'm watching it. Like I'm talking about it. I'm playing it. Like I'm always even on a day off. Like I want to go play soccer, tennis, and stuff. Even my girl used to play, and I have a day off. I'm like, yo, let's run it. Like let's run 2 touch or something. And like we go to the beach, and like I'd have a day off, and I'd be like, nah, let's run like soccer, tennis. And bro, like I get pissed. Like I'm trying to win still. I live for it. So
Mhm. That's how it is. We talked about that. So what position are you playing right now at York United?
so I'm a winger. I think I'm gonna play like right wing.
Mm.
Yeah. I
And
usually play left or right.
how do you train for that position?
Um,
Do you have any
I
like
think
specific way?
pointers.
Yeah. Do you have any specific way how you train for that position?
Like I feel like there's a lot of different wingers nowadays. Um, like there's guys that are more like they come inside. They're more like midfielders, and there's like out and out wingers. Like I'm more of the out and out winger. Like your goal as a winger, like is to beat your player and get across your shot. And like wingers are the most dangerous players on the field. So
Mhm.
like for me, like when I go into training like games, like this fullback, like I'm thinking in my head, like I have to blaze this fullback every time. Like you
I
have to.
like
It's
that.
true. You have to.
Blazing.
You have to. You have to. Every player, like you think Raheem Sterling goes in the games, like he wants to blaze the fullback every time. He wants to get at him every time, beat him. Because yo, if every player on the field is winning their 1v1 battles, if all 11 players are winning their 1v1 battles, they're gonna win the game.
Got it.
So like the winger is playing cat and mouse with the fullback all game. Like if I'm coming inside, like maybe this time I don't go at him, I just pass it, and then I make space for next time I'm going at him. I'm going inside this time. Next time I'm going outside. It's just constantly like back and forth, bro. It's just that's how it is as a winger. So I think to like just coaches, like obviously you got to be like willing to like beat your player, get crosses in, like taking risks. Like it's a bold position.
It's an attacking position. You got to score goals. Got to create goals, assist goals.
Yeah, you have to make things happen for the team for sure.
Yeah. Um, do you have any tips for the viewers watching right now for any young soccer players that play that position? Do you have any tips for them that play that position?
I would say like something I was always told like when I was younger, like I had a problem with is like being like efficient. We're watching a lot of players now, like a lot of step overs and stuff. Like I like to do that. Like but like at the end of the day it's like who is gonna score, who is gonna help the team. Because at the end of the day all that matters is winning. So if you're a coach and like you want to play a player, is this guy gonna come on and get me a goal or an assist, or is this guy gonna come on and try and take on all these guys but not help the team? All that matters is about winning. So if you're an attacking player, goals, assists, and being confident, and just like playing on instinct. If you're a technical or you're a fast player, whatever, use that to like your advantage. Like if you're fast, get at him, run at him every time. If you're fast, if you're really good on the ball, skillful, get the ball, dribble at him. Like that's like there's a reason why you're in that position for a reason. Like that's all for creativity. So whatever like talent you have, you got to use it in that specific position.
Nice tips. What's the best advice that you've ever received in soccer?
I don't know if I can take like a specific like time off my head, but like I feel like everybody kind of just says the same thing to just like enjoy it, like love it. Like sometimes people like I even forget too. Like when it's a job, like it's a job, but like you have to remember like it's not also a job. It's also like what you love to do. Like it's important to enjoy it. Like it's obviously it gets serious and stuff. You got to win games and stuff, but remember it's just like a sport. Like it's something you love. Like go out there and just play. Like that's where when you think too much about things, like in life in general, takes away the fun out of it. If you play on instinct and just play relax, like just enjoy it because obviously we can't play till we're 50 years old, kind of thing. So it's important to enjoy it and like play the game you love.
Yeah. And you know, damn, I was gonna say something, bro. What changed when you signed, right? What changed in terms of when it became a job? Did the goals change? Did the objective change?
I don't think it changed too much. Like the way I looked at the sport and the way I loved it, like stayed the same. Like my mentality going in every day was the same since I was like not signed, right? Because you're always working, like no matter what, right? But I think the things that change a little bit is things got to take things a little bit more seriously, like the smaller things, like stretching, hydration, things like that. Like obviously social media stuff as well. Like how you present yourself off the field too, because you're not just like a regular. Like people don't understand. Like you can't just be going out like clubbing and doing all this stuff. Like because like you represent like an organization and stuff. Like it's a business, right? And you don't want like these guys making a bad name for it. And like stretching and stuff, like not getting hurt. Like unfortunately, I'm hurt right now. Like I try and take care of my body, but some of those things are inevitable. But by you stretching and stuff, like keeps you available to play. And when you're injured, so you're injured for a year and stuff. That's a year of not playing. Then your contract's up next year. Are you gonna get re-signed? Re-signed? It's tough because at the end of the day, you gotta be playing to keep your job. So when you're hurt, you're not doing well. Like that stuff becomes like a little bit stressful because like that's your job, you know. It's not like a 9 to 5 where I go work my shift, I go home. Like every day is a test, you know. You can't like screw off training too. Like when you're academy player, like the like the stress is all not starting on the weekend. But if I come off the bench, like, I'll do well. I'll start next game, like chill, right? But like when you're a pro and stuff, like if I'm supposed to start say on the weekend and I have a shit training on Wednesday, like I screwed off training, um, I'm lazy. The coach can easily say, "Yo, I don't want this guy on my lineup on Saturday." The kid who comes on for you does well. The team wins. You're not playing next game, you know, because you're not going to change a lineup, and then you're like that the whole year. You haven't played. So is the team going to re-sign you? No, then you're out of a job. Then what team's going to take you? Like
Yeah.
those are the things that like you have to think about. You know, it's a gritty thing, man. At the end of the day, it's we love the sport, but there's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration. You know, it can be stressful.
Yeah, the game's really cutthroat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What about play wise? From amateur players then going to pro. What was the difference? The game speed up? Did it slow down? Was it more chess and checkers? Was it more? Did it become more physical? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, like every day, every league's different, obviously. But like in like North America, it's pretty physical and stuff, like athletic, and like obviously a lot of tactics as well, like game management. Like like as a young player, like it'll be like 80th minute, and like say you're winning, you still want to go score.
Mm.
But like nowadays, like now in this league, like or any pro league, like if you're up 1-0, it's 80th minute, 85th minute. There's no point in you trying to go score by yourself because if you lose the ball, they're gonna go counter. You're trying to win the game. You're trying to like manage the game properly. So like instead of me being immature, like trying to dribble the guy in front of me, I turn back, play my center back just so he can like chill with the ball and like waste a couple seconds because me going at the guy trying to score and then say we counter, there's a chance that there's already me behind the ball and a bunch of other guys out of the play. They can go score and the time the game's tied. So like there's a lot of like um, situations in that sense, tactics too, like coaches coming into every game. You learn about it as a youth player, but like not as much as in a pro. Like they do scouting reports to see how the team plays, what formation, what dangerous players to watch, how they want to press. Like you have to understand, it's not just playing. Like if your coach wants to press, how are you going to press? Your coach wants to sit back, how are you going to sit back? Like there's all these things you got to take in consideration. Like because you can be a good player, but if you don't like implement like what the coach wants in the field, you won't play. But there's a lot of guys pro, like James Milner, for example, like sick player. I wouldn't say he's like crazy, like amazing on the ball. He's not a flair player. He's not a Neymar or anything like that. But this guy, you know what you're gonna get out of him every game. He can play every position. Coach trusts him, and now he's a established pro, and he has a long career just because of the fact he can implement what the coach wants from him. You know.
Yeah, nice. Those are great points, Jordan. What sacrifices have you and your family made for soccer?
Um, like a lot. Like for me, like I've done a lot. Obviously, like I kind of explained it, like the school stuff, not being able to go out with my friends.
How that like how did
Just
all this impact you during the time? Was it like did you not care about it? Was it like a
No,
little thing or
I, I cared about it sometimes, and sometimes I didn't. But like a lot of my close friends I grew up with, and I'm still like really close to now, they're not soccer guys, so they do their own thing. So like it would kind of suck sometimes when they would be going out hanging out, and I had a game the next day, I couldn't do it. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't bother me anymore as much because like that stuff doesn't really matter anymore. Like for me, like what matters is like my job and stuff,
yeah.
and like I'm like doing well for myself. But when I was younger, it didn't affect me too much, but it did sometimes. But my parents did a lot. Like my mom would always have to leave work early and try and drive me, and like TFC was too far for them to go home and then pick me up, so they would sit in the parking lot. Or
Hmm.
my mom would go to Yorkdale, just walk around, or like go to Starbucks or just do something. Like my dad would come home from like a long day of like construction. He would shower quick, drive me to training, and he would like sleep in the car or like put on a movie. He brought like this like DVD thing and he would watch a movie and then drive me home. So like he had long days too because he'd
Wow.
be up at like 6 working, come home, eat quick, then get home at 8 and then go to bed. So
Yeah.
like it was like I'm grateful for like my parents being able to do that because some jobs like if it was just like my dad or like my mom just had the same job as my dad, it'd be really hard for me. Like my mom's flexibility with her job really helped because my dad couldn't take time off to pick me up or anything like that. So it was hard, and like there was times like I had to like I used to catch rides with a bunch of people, like older guys. I'd have to like leave school early and bus to their house or bus to their school. I should do that a lot, um, like just to get a ride. Like there's an older guy like I'm close with. I played with his team. He used to drive me all the time, so I'd have to bus to like him, or I'd see if he could pick me up just so I could go to training and just like kind of find a ride home. Anybody from Brampton, yo, can you drop me off here? So like sometimes guys would drop me off or like at a GO station, I'd bus home just so I could get in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of sacrifice, man. And shout out to all the soccer parents because they all did it. They all did it. Wow, wow, wow,
for
wow.
sure.
Yeah, man. Okay. When you signed your first pro contract, how old were you?
17.
17. How did that feel?
It's good. Like I was so excited. Like I felt like a lot of like my hard work was like finally paying off kind of thing. Like it was like a reward for me. Um like just say, okay, I deserve this kind of thing. And this is like the start of something like when you're young, like you go to school and like they ask what's your dream job, you like pro soccer player, and coach would go, the teacher would go, oh, do something a little bit more realistic and stuff like that. Like, cause how many kids put that down? But
True.
like I could actually say like, yo, like I actually did it. Like I signed my first deal. Like it's obviously the beginning of everything. Like, but like it was kind of just like I felt good. It's like a reward kind of thing.
Yeah. And when you signed at 17, did you have an agent?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And was that through TFC or through did you find the agent yourself? How did that come all together?
Um, an old co- uh an old coach of mine was worked closely with an agent, so he messaged me and said, "Hey, like, yeah, there's an agency that like would like to represent you. They've been watching you for a while, and so I signed with them, and then I had this agency for about 3 years. Yeah, um, yeah, it was really good for me. Like, a really good agency helped me a lot. All the guys there helped me out a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Are you still with them?
No, I currently I'm with a new agency.
Yeah.
I made the switch, but yeah, like my old agency, they helped me a lot. Like we're all on good terms and stuff. It was just like a business move and like what and just a personal decision.
Cool. What are 3 tips that you would share with the viewers right now that want to go pro? What are 3 things that you would share with them to help them reach that destination?
Obviously like work hard, but it's not like everyone says it and everyone claims like they work hard and stuff, but like you actually have to put in the hours of work. Like going to training for 1 hour, 2 hours with your club is not good enough. Like you got to do the stuff off the field. Like you have to live and breathe the sport. I think a mental thing is like very important as well. Like staying focused and like understanding like the ups and downs of the game. The guys that come out of like the lows are the guys that like really like explode in the game. Like guys that are able to manage that thing. Because there's guys that get like into hard like situations and they just like they won't crumble. Like they won't work even harder, and like it affects them in the long run. And I say, just play the game. People kind of complicate it. It's just a game. It's just a sport. Like there's all these tactics, all these like secondary factors. But like when you take that away, like, well, it's just a game. Like it's like at the end of the day, like it's different, but it's not too different from you. Like go and play with your boys. Like, and that's when you play the best. I always say it. You always play the best when you're at the park with your boys. Like pick up. You're nasty. Touch is nasty. But when you go play in these things, guys like get scared. And like I can say that too. Like there's been times where I'd be so nervous for the game. And like I feel like I can't dribble just because I'm nervous. Like why? Like bro, when I go pick up with my boys, I'm nasty. You
So
know?
yeah, let's tap into that. That's everything that has to do with the mind. What do
Yeah, it is mine. Mine's like the biggest thing, 100%.
you have more control over it now, or
Yeah, I still have problems with it. I had like when I was younger, it's really bad. Like that was my biggest downfall. My parents, everyone used to say like my biggest enemy is myself, and it still is to this day. Like that's something I work on like every day. It's helped a lot with injuries too, and like going through like ruts of not scoring or having trouble with the coach and like not getting enough minutes. Um, but I think the mental once you kind of figure that out about yourself and stuff, like I feel like that's like that's one of the biggest things. Like not starting on the weekend, like that's like a mental thing too. Like you can either get pissed off and like, wow, screw this guy, I don't want to play, or I don't want the team to win, whatever. Or you'd be like, okay, like it's fine. Like he literally just trolls a guy over me for one game. Like soft, I'm gonna come on. If I do well, I'm gonna start next game. Like I'm injured right now. Like I see, oh, I want to go home because I'm in a bubble. I can't even go outside, and I'm stuck in the room. Everyone's training, and everyone's out in Ontario. Everything's open. I'm stuck in a hotel room, and I'm injured. Like I came here just to play, and I can't even play. Like the first day was hard for me, but then like I snapped out of it fast. And I was like, honestly, like it's not even that bad. It's just my groin. Like it's not anything. Like knock on wood, it's not anything that serious. There's 28 games. Even if I miss all 8 games, I have 20 games to play.
yeah,
Right? Obviously, I'm not gonna miss. Hopefully, not all miss all 8 games. So I'm just saying that's worst case scenario. I still have 20 games to play, so it's soft. Like this is time for me to like rest my body, strengthen my groin because my groin's been a problem for a bit, and that's why I think I like it's pulled because it's been sore for a while. It's time for me to strengthen it. It's time for me to do some upper body stuff. Like take in my like stretch all the other parts of my body. Like there's so many things you can look at it. It's just how you look at everything.
yeah. And then in that time, where it was like going down a little bit near, and then it spiked back up where you transition to positive thinking. Do you have any support? Do you have a support system where you have certain people where you call and they give you that support? Hey, look at the bright side. You might miss 8 games, but you still have 20. Or was that all you?
It's both. I feel like you can tell somebody until they're blue in the face about something, but like it's on them to like take it in with anything,
Yeah,
right? I could tell someone, oh no, it's okay, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But that stuff doesn't like when you're in that mindset. It doesn't like I've been in that. I've been so pissed, so upset. People are telling me, no, I don't care. Like it doesn't affect me.
mm,
Like, but like if you're that upset about something and you have a mindset, no one can tell you anything. If you're stubborn like me, like you have one mindset, you're thinking one certain way. Whatever you say to me is not gonna change the situation. But like when I got hurt, I right away called my mom in the morning because I knew it was bad. And then she just told me like just to chill, whatever. And then like my girl too. My girl's really supportive about it, and like my dad as well. Even my little sister like messaged me every day, like, "Yo, how's your groin and stuff?" And like my boys at home because they were gonna stream the game and stuff. And I was like, they're all amped, like, yo, I can't wait to see you play and start, whatever. And then I was like, bro, I'm not even playing. But they're all just messaging me and stuff. So I do have a support system, but at the end of the day, like, it's me.
for sure. For sure, bro. Yeah, man. Stay strong. You're gonna heal up fast. And Jordan, where can the viewers find you? If they want to follow you on Instagram or whatever social media platforms that you want them to come to, where can they find you?
They can just follow me on Instagram. I have Twitter, but I don't really use it. Jordan Farias, Jordan Farias 7, I think. I don't even know my at,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. let me find it right now. I don't know how I can't even find it. Jordan Faria 7. Yeah, guys can reach me out there. No problem.
Okay, cool. All right, Jordan. Thank you for doing this interview, bro.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. I really appreciate it.